Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today at Brabus to check this out, the ultimate G-Wagon, the Brabus 800 Adventure XLP. This is a G63 with a serious injection of steroids, the ultimate off-roader, extra large, P for pickup, and it also happens to have 800 horsepower. This is the first edition. We're going to take a full look around it, as well as go out for a first exclusive opportunity to experience what it is like as well. We're also going to check out some of the other cars around, including the Invicto armoured G63s. Wait until you see what those are like too. But this, well, it's a little bit crazy. Let's take a look at the new Brabus 800 Adventure XLP. This is not the only new car here in the showroom at Brabus, but we will be taking a thorough look at the Adventure XLP. You will spot over behind the G550 Adventure, which almost looks small in comparison to this massive beast. Then over to the left, the two armoured Invicto G Wagons, full VR6 level protection, and wait until you see the interior of this and some of the functionality it has. The EQC over behind, the GLS, the GLE, plus the black and gold edition of the Brabus 800 G63 as well. But let's come and take a walk around then of this thing, the gigantic Adventure XLP. So Adventure is Brabus's division for creating these ultimate off-roaders. XL because quite frankly it is extra large. P for the pickup at the rear. They have entirely created this. In doing so, extended the chassis by 50 centimeters, installed portal axles giving it significantly more ground clearance, and of course fitting a flatbed at the back of a new generation G63. This is the first edition in the satin rocket silver paintwork, and just look at this thing, take it all in. So they've boosted the power with the complete works to the engine, the new turbos and the ECU add-on, up to 800 horsepower and 1,000 Newton meters of torque. Visually, it has the Widestar package, so the wider arches with the carbon fiber add-ons over the top of them too. Gigantic wheels and tyres, limiting the top speed to a mere 210 kilometers an hour, 130 miles per hour. But one of the craziest things is that all of this, despite its size and weight, can still do the 0 to 100 kilometer per hour sprint up to 62 miles per hour in just 4.8 seconds. That's almost as fast as sports cars not all that long ago. Now at the back of the car, still with the 2 rows of seating, of course they've had to create bespokely all of these new parts. Carbon fiber quarter panels, steel boot lid back here, and you can see inside the flatbed where they even have the option, if you should choose to have it, to have a drone landing pad that folds out at the very back. To come and show you the interior, of course a complete retrim, and as we open it, the side steps will come on down to show you in here the full head-to-toe interior completed by Brabus, and they have a whole host of different options. Remember, of course, you can choose to have this exactly how you want with different stitching and trim patterns, different colors for the interior and the exterior. This car has, as you can see, this pattern inside on the seats, fully done Brabus, fine leather, all around the inside. A very, very, very nice place to be inside here. I'll step up it on inside and get it started up very shortly. But the big things, of course, as you notice from the outside, slam the G-Wagon doors, the aggression of the body kit, the carbon fiber bonnet that it has up here. This car has the optional towing winch, which can tow up to 4,500 kilos. You've got the carbon fiber. It's actually, if we just come underneath, with the new axles and components that they've created, everything you can see that's grey has basically been created by Brabus. A stronger underfloor tray, 49 centimeters of ground clearance, thanks to the portal axles. And yes, a bit of an off-roading monster in literally every possible way. Brabus bi-turbo 800, we should take a look at the engine bay in just a second. The light bars and the mounting brackets up on top, these supporting beams. Just look at this thing. It is truly, truly crazy. The 800 Adventure XLP first edition, back here. I mean, this makes very little sense, but it makes a lot of sense. So the wheelbase is extended by 50 centimeters. The additional 20 centimeters, because it's 70 centimeters overall longer than the standard G, comes in that pickup area at the back. Let's come and pop open actually the engine bay. Have a quick look at this. Done with the latch just under here. There we go. Oh, you've even got a fire extinguisher mounted. Everything that you could possibly need. Come and lift this up at the front. Always a beautiful thing, a Brabus engine. The 4-litre bi-turbo V8 now making 800 horsepower and 1,000 Newton meters of torque. Lovely carbon fibre finishing plate over the top of it. I'm not going to lie though, that is quite far up to actually reach myself to try and pull it back down, given how tall this actually is. Shut that back down. What a thing. So let me just step inside for a moment, step up over the illuminated Brabus door sills. This car is crazy, absolutely crazy. So side exit exhaust, they've obviously had to be extended as well, but let's take a listen. Bubbles into life. My word. This is quite something. And just looking down towards the normal G Wagons, and those are tall, about 1.95 m or so tall, but we're sitting way up high. New dashboard display, Brabus badging as well, with the red circles around the dials. Yeah, this is really, really cool. What can I say? Let's go check out the armoured cars as well. Here we have 2 of the 3 different specs of the Invicto G63s. So we've got the luxury spec with the exterior Widestar style body kit. We have the Mission with the most insane interior in terms of the functionality it has. And there is also the Pure, which looks like a more regular G63. You can see the luxury is distinct with its Widestar style exterior body kit. The Mission though is the pure focused protection security vehicle, I think we could say. They are all VR6 level, which is the top before they basically become registered as military vehicles and tanks. They are ERVs, explosion resistant vehicles, and well, from the outside there are only a few giveaways. You can tell that there's armoured glass just about if you're looking closely, but come and have a look at the inside of this, which is not what you are expecting at all. Completely changed to be very much about purpose. As you can see, a very functional interior, entirely different door cards, seats, harnesses. The seats are smaller so that you can have space for your weapons or whatever else it might be. You can imagine the kind of things this might be for. You've got additional displays and computer systems. Have a look up here in the rear, if you can just see that there is an escape hatch out of the roof if ever required. Of course, this is the top level of protection that you could possibly need and kind of want from this type of vehicle. Those doors are very, very heavy. And then in the back, have a look here. Oh yes, from some testing, leftover bullet shells here. You've got the footstep if you need to be standing out of the top and having a look out while going along. Obviously the seats are designed in a way to make that possible. If we come around towards the back, just gonna make sure I close those. Back here is the full, I think, fire suppression system fitted in the back. Yes, this is the ultimate in safety vehicle, all fully armoured. You can't quite get a feel for how heavy the doors and all of the components actually are on that. Yeah, you'd be fairly safe inside one of these. I wouldn't want to chance what could potentially happen, but I think you'd be safe. You'd get away with it. So those are pretty crazy. And then there's this. The absolutely craziest Adventure XLP. It's about 1,000 kilos heavier than the regular car once it's got everything said and done. But just, I mean, yes, look at this thing. Totally bonkers. It is time to get this outside. So we'll hear the start up of the car roaring into life, and then it is going to be squeezed out through the doorway here. I'm just coming outside, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but it should just about clear it so that we can take it out and go for a hop on board to see what this is like. The mission is successful. The Adventure XLP squeezes out. That was a tiny doorway, but yes, look at this. Compared to normal cars, for example, we have my Ferrari there, slight size difference between these two. That is, well, the roof line is kind of the wheel line. Wow. While I'm sitting here, a few more details as well. We've got carbon fibre grab handles, new shift paddles, extended shift paddles on the back as well. But it's time to drive. We've got the 9-speed speed shift automatic gearbox, and I'm very conscious that this car is huge versus just about the lovely noise of the mechanical clunks on the door locks. Okay, this is, well, at the moment, the only one in the world, so we have to be super careful with the Adventure XLP. This is quite a crazy viewing position. I mean, just look out at the normal road as we go past some cars just here. They are all tiny compared to where we are sat. The smiles on faces already. Okay, this feels very
well, kind of normal initially, kind of like the same G63 that, well, I know and love, but just significantly bigger, right over some rail tracks. As we go past the showroom and an army of G-Wagons, none quite as beastly as this though, so we get to drive a short little route just to get a feel for it. But it's surprisingly comfortable and easy. You know, obviously new portal axles still bedding in, and this is a car that can, if we can call it a car, be completely at home on a very different driving environment to what we're doing. This car, like on the snow, on the sand, off-roading, I don't know. There's just something ridiculously cool about what this is. It's a little bit deceptive. If you weren't looking out from this higher vantage point, you could almost think you're in a normal G-Wagon, the way it drives, the way it feels, the steering feel. Obviously there's more weight to it in the way that the car is significantly larger, but I'm actually kind of surprised by how regular almost it feels, and obviously only 90 odd kilometers on the clock. We have to be pretty gentle with the car, but still. I mean, this is just, we're at the height of the big truck in front of us. We're not going to be going too far afield, but we do still have the selection modes between the different drives, so you can change this into Sport Plus, all still linked. Even though it's a new complete suspension system, all heavily obviously replaced and reworked, it does still operate using the selector. Just manually shifting through some gears a little bit, get some sound out of this. And obviously don't forget how powerful this car is. 0 to 100, 4.8 seconds in this, which is definitely something that you need to comprehend. I would love to experience actually driving this properly in anger, but like this, just chilling, cruising, I can see the appeal, and I'm not even just chilling in the comfort mode again. It has just been a very, very short little drive just to experience a small bit of what this is like, but we are going to be heading back towards the showroom to put this car away. But I say car, truck, pickup, I'm not quite sure how you describe it. Off-roader, the ultimate in off-roaders, and we're just driving it on the tarmac, but to have this opportunity is very special, so I appreciate it nonetheless to get a small feel for what this thing is like. And I mean, it has all the normal creature comforts, obviously, of a G63. For example, when you come to a stop, and you come completely to a stop, hold the brake, engine off, nice and easy. Totally chill, with very comfortable seats, nice cushioning. Yeah, all rather lovely. Just in front of us, we have a bit of a tunnel. I'm going to pop the car back into Sport Plus, put down the windows for a moment, drop the gear, just to get a little bit of the sound from it. Okay, wait a second. Yes, and the blow-off valve as well. There is something just spectacularly fun about this kind of car. Now we're going to head back inside because I want to show you that black and gold G63 as well. But just to step out with the mechanical feel of the doors, the side step of course dropping down to make life easier. I tell you what, even a normal G63 would be slightly better with the side step. But this thing, just look at it. The complete first edition package is 666,000 euros plus taxes. Of course, they are going to be limited in the number of them that are built, only I think about 20 or so per year. It costs 385,000 euros plus taxes for the base car, but that wouldn't include everything, all of the complete extras. And for example, the first edition actually will come with the table that folds out for the drone at the back. The full drone that can fly faster than this can drive. The drone that goes up to 240 kilometers per hour. Yes, you heard that correctly. A drone that flies at 240 that can land on the back of your pickup G-Wagon. The ultimate. Let's head straight inside though to check out the black and gold. This is actually something quite unusual for Brabus. Normally their cars are completely blacked out the way they're presented. This car obviously has the gold accents, the black and gold special edition of the G800. So for example, you'll obviously have noticed the wheels, the new wheel design they have, but around the front some very subtle details. Here for example, on the vertical slats, the pinstriping on the inside and the outside of the B lettering, and then come to the inside and you will see the details that they have done inside here with the steering wheel, the central console, even the seat. Have a look at the perforation in the leather of the seat. You can just about make out that it's gold underneath. Quite hard to see probably on the camera, but obviously all of the touches, all of the anodized parts that you have around, even these small details, the door locks there as well, the air vents, the speakers, you name it, all with those small touches. And then in the back, also got the headrest controls, the complete changed setup, having these two luxurious seats back here with the new control panel. cup holders and things on that central stack. Very different having a second central console to the standard car that has a bench seat in the rear and wouldn't have the infotainment and things as well, and completed to exactly the same kind of quality. I really like this, as do I really like the noise of G-Wagon doors when you close them. So subtle details, obviously the wide body kit, the aggressive bonnet, bumpers, the lights up top as well, the spoiler at the rear, and all of those details on the black and gold edition. But today has been all about this beast. Even just sat here, it's hard to really put into proportion how gigantic this car actually is. If I stand here so that you can get a small perspective, my head height is just at the windows and it goes all the way up there. In fact, yeah, I can just reach the very top of it. It is a monster. It is exactly what I said earlier, the ultimate G-Wagon, the Brabus 800 Adventure XLP. A huge thanks to the team here for the opportunity to go even for a very short drive in their brand new car. They have only just presented it. This has been a first look out here visiting Brabus in Germany, and this thing is moderately remarkable. For today though, thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support an awful lot, but that is it for now, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!